Let us continue our worship service as we come together in prayer. Let us join our hearts and minds together. Loving God, grateful that you are with us in all times and places, we come this day to say thank you. We come also seeking a deeper awareness of your steadfast care and your abiding presence in every moment of our lives. We come asking for your comfort and peace for all struggling in this life, for those dealing with injury and pain and illness, for those walking through loss and grief and loneliness, for all trying to find their way. We pray for Don Lorimer this day. We ask that you be very near him and the medical team caring for him. We pray for Donna Bryant and for all of this family and for Ulysses' many friends. We pray for Valerie Kimbrough and Eleanor Edwards. We pray for young girls in Nigeria separated from their families now for many weeks. We pray for other victims of kidnapping and for victims of shooting and other acts of violence. We pray for the people and leaders around our world struggling with injustice and working for justice and peace. And this Sunday, abiding God, we particularly remember those serving in the military, both in their homelands and in lands far away. God of love and peace, too often we ignore the cost of our decisions. Too often our political posturing is void of human compassion. Too often we forget the human consequences of decisions made by the powerful. Too often we send young men and women into harm's way without providing essential support, without giving sufficient care when they return scarred by the ravages of war, without considering the costs, the true costs of our actions. Help us, O God, to be mindful of the consequences of our decisions and our actions. Help us, O God, to be instruments of your peace and healers of brokenness in the lives of the whole people of God and in your world. We pray for families and friends who await the return of loved ones, even as they live with the fear and dread of a knock on the door and the words they do not want to hear. We pray for veterans of all wars, remembering those most especially who have returned from war with physical and emotional wounds, impacting their lives for the rest of their days, long after others have forgotten. We pray for the people who work to help these veterans put their lives back together. On this day, we honor those who have fallen, paying the ultimate cost with their very lives. We pray for their families and friends whose grief never really ends, whose lives are forever changed. God, may we support those we send into harm's way, as well as those who love them, even as we pray and work for peace among nations, peace among religious and ethnic and tribal and economic groups. Help us to find ways to make violence end and to live in justice so that peace may come. May we be peacemakers and peacekeepers in our world, bringing the love and peace of the living Christ, who taught disciples to pray, saying, Our Father, Mother, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our